Hello, hello. Welcome back once again. Borg Dog here in the basement, playing some pinball on EM Monday. It is Monday. I believe it's Monday. I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's Monday. So EM Monday. I only own two EMs, so it gets kind of boring for you all. Pardon me. Finishing off my Diet Coke. Played Fire Queen last week. We're going to play Jumping Jack today, so we'll play a game. We'll get started. I'm missing something. I'm missing my chat. Got the chat. Ronald, thank you for the chickens. Much appreciated. How you doing today? Happy Monday. All right, ball one. You doing good? Glad to hear it. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, now I need to fix that. Hang on just a second. Switch over to here. All right. Well, that was not a very good start to the occasion. Ball one, missed the skill shot. Got to hit that. Got to hit the lit hole up top. Lights the bonus for 1,000 instead of 100. Going down the center lane is not the way to do that. Pop bumper madness. Did it again. Did nothing. It is possible to shoot the ball back around either side to get it in the. Let's see if we get the skill shot on ball three. That didn't quite work. So I got 5,000 for bonus instead of 500. So that's definitely a better thing to do. Hello, Pez Johnson. How you doing today? It's your favorite day of the week. I hate it when the ball does that. It just almost like it went through that twice. It did. It went from ball, I don't know. I'd have to pay attention to find out. Ball five, hitting the skill shot's not as important because it spots you that 10. It lights that insert for you on ball five and the one underneath it where drop targets score 500 points for knocking down instead of 50. The other way to light that 500 is by clearing the whole bank on any one of the balls prior to the last ball. If you clear all the targets, it actually counts your bonus and resets them. And it lights the drop target score 500 points instead of 50 points. And it turns off your 10x bonus if you had it available. We'll go ahead and put that down as our lowly high score of the day. Hopefully we can do much better. You have to replace the gear on the replay unit on the jumping jack at Blizzard Mountain tonight. Oh my gosh. How does that work? Hey, Tiltwork. Well, I'm glad you like watching the stream. It's nice to have you here. We're replace the gear on the replay unit. Wow. Did it just wear out or break? Does the credit at zero post was sheared off. Wow. That's crazy. Glad you had the spare parts, because I definitely would not have any spare parts. I don't think I have any spare EM parts. I mean, I got spare standard pinball parts, but nothing that's an EM to make any EMs work. There it is. Got the ball back up top. So he's lit the not sure it was done on purpose or to make it free play. Well, that's interesting. Does that make it free play when that's sheared off? That would be weird. All right, so we're playing a two-player game so I can test to make sure everything worked. Just finished ball one, player one, so it's switched to ball one, player two. All the player twos lit up. That looks good. The tens light is a little dim. In fact, it may not be on. Why do I have a problem with the tens light on the right side? Host never opens the zero switch. Hey, Zep2. Happy Monday. Ooh, I got one left. Get it! I did it! Cleared them all. Counted my bonus. Reset them. And I got an extra ball. Turtle power! Turtle power? Hey, Go Poo. How you doing? Happy Monday. And I did get shoot again. Must be C&K's ball. I got some crazy, I don't know if you can hear it, I did put a new door on the back of this. And I don't know if something's vibrating in the head back there that's causing problems. So, same player shoots again. Done digging out from a foot of snow. Nice. We have had like no snow this year. Just a dusting a little while back. It's like 40 today. The sun was shining earlier. It's been a crazy winter here. Normally we do get snow. See if the buzzing goes away. Yeah, it's not doing it now. It's when the reels are going. It sounds like something's vibrating back there. It's not. Right now I can hear the transformer buzzing, but I'm not hearing whatever it is that's going on in the head. I don't know if something's loose on that side. I'm certainly not going to be able to get into that right now, but it definitely seems when the score reels are going, so I don't know what's going on up there. Anyway, so the same player shoots again was earned by clearing the bank. And what it does is you have last target scores bonus and shoot again or special when lit. Whichever one of these is lit is what you get. I put a wood door on the back, I think. One of these has a wood, the other has a metal. I just made the wood one a little while ago. I think I put the wood one on this one, but I'm not 100% positive. I don't know. Maybe vanilla. Let me check the other machine. Actually, I can't get to that. I can't get to either of them right now because of the way the machines are crammed in here. So, but yeah, I honestly don't know. I do not know. Anyway, so back to the when you clear the bank, whichever one of these is lit is what it rewards you. So I had shoot again lit. These alternate the same as the top guys. You can see just one of them's lit. So everything on the right is currently lit. So special, the bonus, 10x scored 3,000 points and light your 10x bonus, and that one, they're all lit at the same time. So everything's on the right. When you hit the pop bumpers is when it changes those back and forth. So I usually try, if I'm down to like the last target, is I will try to make it clear when it's on the shoot again. Oh, that was straight down the middle. 10 times bonus of nothing. I didn't get any scoring, so I didn't hear that noise. And it's not doing it on player 1. It was just on player 2. And I believe this is the very first 2-player game I've played since I put that door on. Uh-oh. Do not have, oh, and I got it on the wrong side. Do not have my 10x bonus lit yet, so bonus will only be 100 per drop target instead of 1,000. Get up there. Oh, it's on the wrong side again. So the neat thing about them all being the same is that I can tell just by glancing here that the one on the left is lit up there, not the one on the right. So even if I make it up onto that side, look at that whopping bonus. Hundreds and hundreds. All right, let's see if it does it again on player 2 here. Yeah, it definitely seems to be something vibrating back there when player 2 scores. It's probably just the door is loose or the way the door is sitting in there or something. I don't know. Not a big deal. If you can't hear it, I'm not going to worry about it. Rude. I definitely get the nice EM hum on my flippers. I don't know if you can hear that. Left side's a little quieter than the right. I got 2 flippers humming, so definitely gives some nice humming noise. Right lane did not. The EM sound, exactly. My right lane did not score. Pardon me. When it rolls through that top lane, my right one. And I think it may have been that way last time I streamed this, and I forgot to fix it. Felt on the corners of the day? Yeah, maybe. Like I say, I'll have to wait till after stream's over and see if I can figure out what's going on. That lit saucer up top is also worth 3,000 points. It is the single highest point scoring thing in the game. So if you can keep getting the ball up there and hitting that, it's It's definitely worth a lot of points. Of course, the unlit one is only 300, I think. I got 2 more to do. Let's see if we get that far one. No! Pop bumpers are trying to kill me. Ooh, I've got plats to replay. 43,000 is my first replay level. Oh no! I blew it. Like Lane doesn't score till the machine warms up? Maybe. Hey, Dent. Buzzing means the flippers are working? Well, there is that. This is a different buzz. There's the humming buzz down here, and then there's the humming buzz up top. That one scored. Oh, come on. Come on, ball 5. Final ball of the game. It spots you the 10x bonus, and it spots you the 500 for drop target. So this is the ball you can make a lot of points on. Especially if you earn extra ball, because it keeps it. So you know that one did not score. Probably just needs a switch adjustment. Ah, that's a power out lane. That's a little better. No match. But everything else seemed to work. 63,920. We are getting replays that actually, so I got 2 replays on that game. I have replays set for 43,000, 57,000, 65,000, 78,000, and 92,000. Hey, Cascade Pinball, how you doing? You'll be able to join streams now? Does that mean you're unemployed? Or something like that? Spray all the contacts with WD-4. I can do it! And the drop targets. It's really good on the drop targets. Or some white lithium grease, I think, would work even better on the drop targets. Make those drop targets nice and slick so they drop really good. So yeah, now I gotta... See, now I'm curious as to which... Your new job will be overnight, so it'll be up around this time? Ah, okay. Working the night shift. All right, I'm gonna put this out of the way here quick. Because I got to go behind the machine and see what door I got on there. Because I don't remember, because I'm old. All right, so this one has the wood door. And the wood door is definitely, and it doesn't even have the key in it. Sometimes I leave the key in the door and then they come loose. I don't see, I think anything's vibrating there. I don't know what's vibrating. Something's going on. It's weird. But it is nice just to be able to roll the rig out of the way. Now the problem is I got to get back in the same spot. So I got to look at the picture. There. I did it. Do you have jacks open? I do not have jacks open. I have a friend in town that has a jacks open. I've played it several times, but no, I just have this and Fire Queen are my 2 EMs, or all that I got for EM at the moment, anyway. The only other one that I would really like to have at this point, I did it. Thanks, Mr. Pez. You don't know this one too well? It's a fun game. It's got this lower dual pop thing with things. Maybe Dent. Maybe. I still haven't had the blue pill. I like the pill with the chocolate coating. It makes it go down easier. So yeah, this is the weird lower pop bumpers with the dual outlane things and the upper flippers up here. It's kind of a weird... It's definitely a strange layout. It's like when it goes through and does all the resets. Even though you've only started the 1-player game, it resets player 2's scores. Which makes sense. I guess. Maybe? I don't know if that makes sense or not. I was just thinking, well, maybe then it wouldn't do match, but it does match on 00, and that one's 0. So there must be something smart in the match thing where it doesn't check the player 2 score. So then the question is, why does it even reset player 2? I don't have an answer to that. You like the clacking sounds of the EMs? EMs are definitely a lot of fun. I think there's probably only a couple EMs that... There's a few early Bally's still in the 3-inch flipper era, because I'm not a 2-inch flipper guy. Oh! So that one there, I got a special. I knew that was coming. Hey, Sparrow. It looks nice. There you go. You like the clacking sound that remind you of room-sized computers from the 50s? I don't know about you, but I wasn't around in the 50s to remember those. Although I've probably seen documentaries about those sorts of things. This is fun if you can get the ball going back and forth on your upper flippers. You just kind of play in the upper part of the playfield. And you do little catches up there. There's that back and forth thing. That wasn't what I wanted to do, obviously. All right, so I got one left. The ball's, or it's on the special. I'd rather have it be on extra ball when I clear them.
He's a race. He's a race.
CNK, how you doing? All right. Oh, I missed. Missed it again. There it is. Got the extra ball. Drop targets are now worth 500. I think number 2 is always you, CNK. It's your spot. Oh, that was too slow. So unfortunately, the second time around, I only got 100 bonus because I didn't get it back up into the lit saucer. It's a computer museum in Seattle. I had a few working. Cool. I don't know if I've ever seen any of those old clackety-clack computers. I have a computer science degree from 1986. Does that count? Yeah, that was not bad, Goku. And I got an extra ball, so I got to try again. Oh! I missed it. They sounded like typewriters. That's cool. Early version of those computers with discrete relays and such was on the movie about breaking codes. Oh, yeah. That could be. I don't know that I've seen that movie. Sounded like typewriters. I remember I learned to type on a manual typewriter, like no electricity. You had to really press those keys down hard and far. It was like, nowadays it's like you barely have to move your fingers to type. In the old days, you have. I'm old. All right, missed the skill shot. Since my bonus is only 100, oh, it bounced over it. I was just going to say my primary goal is to get the ball back up top, and I got it up top and it hopped over. It's like, dang. Oldest computer I ever saw had an old 10-inch floppy. Yeah, nice. They were using those when I was in computer science in the 80s. We had 10-inch floppies. And then they had these big hard drive platters. You can't even see, and you can't see where I'm holding, but there's these big giant hard drive platters these big handles and these cartridges, and you had to open up this big machine and stick the drive in. It was pretty wild. 68 and the Air Force was still using them 2008, 2004. Nice. Hey, if it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Clack. First replay level, 43,000. They launched the nukes. Seemed like that should have been stated it. There you go. I remember going through late 70s, maybe? Yeah, probably would have been. When I was in Boy Scouts, we went through a missile silo. It was pretty cool. So this is, again, I don't have my 10x bonus light lit. So I need to get the ball up top into the lit saucer. Anyway, I'm not going to do it. 16K of internal memory. That time, way more than ever. Yep. It's kind of every generation kind of went through the same kind of thing. I remember when I got my first hard drive. I think it was like a 40 meg hard drive or something like that. It's like, I'm never going to fill up a 40 meg hard drive. It's like, now that's nothing. Nothing. Got more RAM than that. Way more RAM than that. I had to visit a missile silo in Ukraine before. Cool. I'm not doing very good at hitting the skill shots up there. So I'm going to have to get better at hitting the ball back up top. Which can actually, believe it or not, you can get the ball up top from the upper flippers. I said it and I did it. Inconceivable. It does have a skill shot. I mean, it doesn't call it that, but it definitely does. I mean, you definitely want to shoot it in the lit saucer up top. And it actually usually works better to shoot down the unlit lane and then bounce it over. It's got wire rails along that top side of those, and the ball bounces off of those to the other side is the best way to I've found to get it. And I usually nudge it when it hits that. It doesn't always work. It's not 100%, but it's definitely better. But getting the ball, the middle one's no good because sometimes it'll do that. It went the right direction, and then it didn't go in either saucer. You still have your Atari 800 cassette recorder? Hey, James, how you doing? Welcome from YouTube. Nice to have you here. 64, you can go to Pluto and back on that much memory. There you go. These drives came in 5 and 10 megabytes. You got the 5. All right. They've been the Atari 400. Probably still have games in a box in storage. Whew. With the cassette recorder. Nice. Don't have the computer anymore. Yeah, I don't. The first computer I owned was 8086 IBM. I think I had dual floppy drives. Was the first computer I actually owned. But I worked on, when I was in high school in the late 70s, I actually wrote programs, educational software for the school on Commodore PETs and Apple IIs, and I think we had some Atari 400s or 800s or something. Straight down the middle. Got one bonus. That was a uneventful, mediocre last ball. Ultima was awesome. Had to max out the RAM to 48K to play it. First game was a nuclear power plant simulator. You had to stop it from melting down. Nice. You built a Timex Sinclair from a kid. I knew some people that did that. Was your first computer? Cool. Did I beat the high? Oh, I was 200 points short of my high score for the day. All this old computer reminiscing. It's like dredging up memories from a long time ago. Long, long time ago. In a land far, far away. It was crazy. Different world, that's for sure. Started on a pad at high school. And nowadays, kids got tablets and phones and all kinds of good stuff. I may be old, but I actually still prefer older games. So I know a lot of them they've like remastered. So Descent, this game with that guy and these guys and this thing, which actually stands up this way, but you wouldn't be able to see much that way. Descent. These are my Descent parts. They've remastered it. They've redone it with all new high-end fancy graphics and all that. I don't like it. I like it with the simple 8-bit or whatever it was. Back when it first came out, I much prefer playing the original version, even though you got to run it through DOSBox or whatever now. I still like it better than the new fancied up with all the fancy sounds and fancy video and graphics and stuff. But these are my toppers. These are my topper pieces, or at least these are the prototypes for my topper pieces for my Descent pinball machine that maybe someday I'll get around to designing and building. You never know. It's nice. It's got all the graphics. So Descent came out in shareware was 94, 95 for the full version. So height of the DMD era. So I'm going to do DMD graphics. Everything's. I'm going to do the big one. So I'm going to do 192 by 64. My bad. Tron was about as busy as you like the arcade. Nice. Portal is the game to make. There's at least one person that I know of working on a Portal pinball machine on a homebrew type. Make at home. Some people don't like the word homebrew because we're not making beer or something, but I have no problem with it. I like beer and I like pinball. Spyro is the game to make? Maybe. A visual portal? You mean like a visual pinball portal? I think I've seen that one. Oh, on FX3, okay. I've played a little FX3, but not much. I don't do much virtual anymore. Pez collecting or just stop making pinball machines. You can only have so many Pez dispensers. I don't have the I need to put the part in the back of my head. I need to put the clown there. That game, check out a little game called Sub-Level Zero. All right, I don't think I've seen that one. Play virtual because they don't break. Well, there is that. I mean, that's part of the hobby too. I like building things, so I'm kind of getting into building my own pinball machines. We'll see how it goes. The clown is locking the blocking the number of players, but I think we can figure that out. Sub-level 0 generates new levels every run. Not every week, like some Dungeons and Dungeons and Dragons new pinball machine. It makes new dungeons every week. If there's anything, I like video games and I like pinball, but there's one thing I don't like is video modes in pinball. You try fixing them, but knew nothing about mechanical electronic stuff. I got some old EMs. Old timer, your area showed me how to fix some stuff. Cool. Yeah, EMs are different than solid state. Some of the same, the pop bumpers, the flippers, stuff like that. It's all the relays and everything inside that is kind of crazy. You're really looking forward to the pinball machine? I'm definitely looking forward to trying it. When is code going to be up to snuff? Tickles your inner nerd. Yeah, definitely Dungeon. I mean, it's awesome theme. I just haven't really liked anything Stern's done lately. It's just not the type of games I like to play. I'm old. Saw a video on YouTube where a guy removed all the internal parts on a Bally Bingo and spraying them down with water to clean the parts. I've heard of that. And people run wiring harnesses through dishwashers and stuff like that to clean them. Stern obviously heard the voices about cost. Nobody will buy the D&D premium. I don't know. A dragon that lets balls dribble out of its mouth might be kind of nice. Plenty of games out there for everyone. Exactly. I think it was like once a week. They said the dungeon map changes or whatever. It auto generates or something. I don't know. They're designing hundreds of modes. Yeah, I don't need hundreds of modes. I like my games to be able to understand what I'm trying to do. Why would you spend $2,700 for a trapdoor to feed the dragon? I don't know. I mean, there's some games where I think it makes sense, others it doesn't. So there's also, wasn't it the premium LE also has an 8-ball multi-ball instead of just a 6? So there's 2 more balls, so you can have more modes, something, things with that. So I'm not sure if that's related to the dragon holding balls and the scoop that feeds whatever. Don't know. Compare D&D to Jurassic Park. Same mech? Yeah, could be. Yep, I'm with you, Gopu. Don't want to read a novel of rules. Dragon still moves on the Pro? Yeah, I don't have a problem with the dragon moving. I mean, if it breaks, I guess. Even 6 is too many balls. You never know. I guess it depends on what it's doing and how it's doing it. I mean, there's sometimes, so I actually kind of like, I haven't played it enough to get into the rules that much, but John Wick, I actually like shooting it, but I don't like the Pro. And the premium on that one, to me, adds 2 things that make it a much better game, at least in my view, on John Wick. I don't care about the guns. I'm not a gun nut. Doesn't matter to me. But the 2 things it adds is a physical ball lock. On the Pro, I hate it. You shoot a ramp, the ball goes around, and it says on the screen you locked a ball. And nothing stopped. The ball didn't even stop. It's like you just shot a shot, and that's a ball lock. And it's like, that's dumb to me. So the physical ball lock is one. The other one is the case on the side, or the crate for the weapons crate. Yeah, definitely. The weapons crate, instead of just shooting into that little scoop that feeds the ball back to your flipper nice, you have to hit this thing that shoots the ball out into the middle of the game. It adds more randomness, adds more difficulty to it. So those 2 things, I think, make Wick Premium worth much more than Wick Pro for gameplay, at least in my book. But like I say, I haven't gotten that far into it. But yes, Botron, how you doing today? You don't either, but it takes away from the character. Yeah. But he uses other things too, right? I don't know. I've watched the movies. They're okay. I mean, it's just nonstop violence, I guess. But the game seems something different. John Plunge, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Should do another game like Beatles and use Quicksilver. Led Zeppelin would have been great to do that with. Yeah, that would be cool. I wouldn't mind owning a Beatles, except they're a little expensive. The game I really want is the Bond limited 60th, the Bond 60th anniversary one, single level play field. Took away Mike Hammer's gun and Kiss Me Deadly. I don't think I've seen that. I know I've seen some Mike Hammer, but I don't remember seeing that. It turned out to be the best. Yeah. Bond 60th is so fun. Yeah, Bond 60th is awesome. Pulp Fiction is awesome. I guess I like single level playfields. I'm old. Black and white and has the original Corvette in it. Well, that sounds cool. I grew up in black and white. Black and white is old. My house was black. We didn't have a color TV. Locations in LA that no longer exist. It was shot on. Cool. Bond 60th value has dropped like a brick. Yeah, but it's still not in a price range I can afford it. You need Three Stooges, C and K, nice. I think Three Stooges could be fun. Pretty much anything could be fun. I mean, no matter what theme you pick, there'll be people that like it and people that hate it. I'm old, but I'm slow. Exactly. I don't have the reactions for those new. Should have made it a premium. Something. They should have made it not $20,000 or whatever it cost. Yeah, I think they could have sold lots of Bond 60ths had they priced them reasonably. I don't understand Stern sometimes. When they first converted to SS, he hated SS. Early solid state is my favorite era of pinball, and I actually like the early solid states that still have chimes. So Bally 8 Ball, a couple of the Gottliebs I have, Joker Poker, all that kind of stuff. It's just I like chimes because it's fun, it's nostalgic, but I like the solid state that it can have rules and displays, and it doesn't have a giant board of relays inside to work on. You lost your quarters too quickly. Yeah, around that time though, late 70s, early 80s, I was all into video games at the arcade, so all my quarters went there. Way too many quarters went into Asteroids and Defender and I don't know. What else? Lots of other things. Pac-Man, all that kind of stuff. You own your own games. You like the fast ones and it doesn't cost you. Yeah, it cost me in frustration. I mean, here's my game list. I think that's in chronological order, I believe. Looks like it. Except for the 4 project ones at the end. Xevious? Yeah, Xevious was cool. I remember Xevious. I definitely, I've always liked Robotron 2048 or whatever that is. But I suck at that game. I'm horrible at it. But it's just fun. It's just different. It's just cool. But like I say, I suck at it. Defender was probably the one that I played the most after Asteroids. Asteroids was definitely huge. What happened to the Bad Girls? It's in the other room. It's like straight behind me in the other room. We'll get there. Hey, sign out. Centipede, Spy Hunter, and Discs of Tron. There you go. Definitely did a good amount of good amount of Centipede in my day. What really hurt was when, what was it, Dragon's Lair came out. That was the first one that cost 50 cents, at least where I was. Lunar Lander. Nice. You land more than once with a quarter. That was awesome. And I think a little later, early 80s, track and field was a lot of fun. We spent a lot of time playing track and field. Oh, Atari football. Remember the Atari football with the big ball? What are the track ball? Giant track ball. Playing Atari football head to head. That was fun. We played a lot of that too. All kinds of fun games way back in the day. We'll get to Bad Girls down. We're back down in the basement, so we'll get Bad Girls at some point. Arknoid, which came later, it's an updated Breakout. Okay, I remember that one. There were a lot of Breakout clones and stuff. I don't know. I think there's something to be said for not having everything so realistic. That so much stuff now is so realistic that it doesn't appeal to me as much. I can see on some things like car racing games and stuff like that, realistic would be good. Thanks, Steve Jobs, for Breakout. Steve Jobs was pretty awesome. He was a weird dude, but he was pretty awesome. Exo football, huge. Yeah, definitely C&K. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing anymore here. Started another 2-player game. He is a marketing guy, but he was good at it. I will take Steve Jobs over everything else that Apple has had since. Whoa! Yeah, that was trouble. Wozniak's a genius, yeah. You don't have to shut up, Cascade. You agree on graphics? Industry's doing that too. That is just everything. You got to have so much more hardware to do all that stuff too. I just upgraded my main computer this fall. Hey, Doodad. You missed the shop stream. No worries. It was just a short stream just to test out, see if it worked. Tim Cook's an inventory guy. Yeah. I don't play too many new games. I played some Death Stranding recently for a while. Oh man, the lit saucer switched before I fell into it. But not too much gaming. I mostly upgraded my computer so I could run Autodesk Fusion better. And surprisingly, everything runs better. Oh, it went around the loop and down the middle. It's so close. If you go on Steam games, there are like 1 million retro games these days. Everybody seems to love them. There you go. You have a video somewhere from 8 years ago saying pushing graphics inside the gameplay will put strain on the games industry. Who'd have thunk? Constantly download Doom clones. You can run Doom on anything now. Retro games are very popular. I know there's a few guys that stream Descent every once in a while. I'll pop in and watch that. Also, there's a couple of them that do Descent head-to-head battles. Because one of the neat things about Descent is that you can make your own levels and add a level editor, which came in very handy for getting all of the graphics and sound out of the game, because I could actually export them out of the level editor. For my maybe someday to be built pinball machine. So one of the things I've learned on this is that you generally the ball's going to hit the bottom side of the pop bumpers, if you want to have, so if it's going to hit that one, I want this flipper up. And the same on this side. If it's going to hit the lower part of this side, you need this side up to defend the center drain. Just went back and played Diablo 1 a little bit over New Year. Nice. Thought DOS was a waste of memory. Big budget games are formulaic and safe. Maybe. You make Mario levels all the time? Cool. Almost have your first full Mario game done. Sweet. Atari's made a comeback, releasing. Well, I think it's somebody owns the name Atari. It's not the same company anymore. Go back to Zork. Man, I remember picking up the phone off the receiver, turning that dial thing for numbers and sticking it in the thing, and having the big wide paper teletype and dialing into the mainframe and playing Colossal Cave Adventure. Is that right? Or just Adventure? Off the mainframe back when I was in the 70s. You own every Infocom game? Nice. Advent? Something. I think it had an R at the end, Pez. Still have your floppy disk of Zorks? XYZZY. Pez was there. Pez remembers. Yeah, the different variations and different things in it. Atari 50s is full of great videos. Venture was the predecessor, yeah. And there were, like I say, there were a couple different versions on mainframes as well. Advent, oh, on the Osborne computer. Okay. Don't know that I never used one of those. We used to dial in and play that in Oregon Trail. Before they added graphics to Oregon Trail. You would say, go hunting. And it would just come back and say if you shot something or not. There was no graphics, animation. And it was just a random thing on whether you actually hit anything or not. I died in dysentery way too many times. Playing Zork Zero now? Cool. I've thought of making Zork into a pinball machine as well. I don't know exactly how it would work, but I think it would be good. It would have a teleterminal in the middle of the screen. In the middle of the playfield. Small mailbox there. Open the mailbox. How? I just remember how to kill the dragon. Oh, see, I just told you about that, and I didn't hold that flipper up. Hands. Go northeast, southeast, west, and open window. Sounds like you have it too much memorized, James. You drove pasta. Problem with a Zork video game is there'd be lots of reading. I don't know if that would be a good thing or not. Nice. Hopped over and got the lit saucer. Oh, come on. No different than modern Stearns. You got to select something on the screen, then use the action button. In case anybody doesn't know, I don't like action buttons. I have one game with an action button, eh? Fortunately, I don't have to use it very often. Writer of Zork wrote a new short story for Zork on its anniversary. Cool. Hey, Shell Schlock, how you doing? Jumpin' Jack Flash. When Leisure Suit Larry was considered an adult game. Well, I certainly didn't let my mom see me play it. Although I think I was an adult when that came out. Wow, that was a close game. I wasn't even paying attention to the scores. I don't even think I looked up. 52 to 58. Player 2 takes it. C&K, you win again. Inconceivable. I like some new games. Like I like my P3 and most of the stuff on the P3 has rule sets, modes, and things like that are similar to 90s games. Attack from Mars, Cactus Canyon, Medieval Madness, stuff like that. They're that kind of rule set on most of the P3 games. I like that. That's kind of where I peak. So that's also what I'm going to be doing with Descent when I get around to it. I'm currently building Star Wars, which is what I was doing in the shop yesterday. Children playing Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. Doesn't matter. It's a crazy world, Dan. Historical questions enter the game to prevent kids from even starting it. There you go. Nobody is wrong. What? Unless you like Funhouse. I don't like Funhouse. The friend that has the jump or the Jack in the Box also has a Funhouse. I don't care for Funhouse. It's just not a game for me. Other people like it. He obviously likes it. All right, where are we? We're playing pinball. Same. That's cool. Yeah, I don't get so I'm making this. So that VPX table I'm building into a real homebrew, which is what I streamed the first Whitewood of yesterday. If you want to check that out. I don't have it on Twitch, but it is, or I mean, I don't have it on YouTube, but it is on my Twitch still as a VOD. It'll disappear after a while. In general, you like all pinball? You used to own Funhouse? Used to is the key word in that phrase. I will try most any pinball, but there's some that it's like, yeah, I don't need to play that again. Only game you ever had that you despised that EM called Op Pop Pop? I've seen that. I don't think I've ever played it, but I have seen it. So what do you own? What do you own now, James? Get the ball back up top. Oh, almost. It's hard to do from the upper flippers, but it is possible. Well, times we're in the microseconds. Own about 55. Holy cow. That's a lot. I have the list I did earlier, so I think it's 17 is what I own at the moment. That's too many. Do you have a giant location or something and have people come and play them, or is this a private collection, or what's the deal? I don't have room for that many. I'm trying to downsize from the 17 that I have. I used to have 19. I'd have a really hard time getting down to like 10 though. Because it would be, which ones do I keep? Oh, I didn't quite get it. Bottom of the market in 2009, you bought a house for 40K, just put your games in. Nice. Cheaper than paying for 3 storage units. Yeah, we bought a house in 2010 when it was pretty much at the bottom. But there was nothing near 40K where we were at. We were in the Seattle area. So it was definitely not. But the low end there was 160, 165, I think we paid for that house. Sold it, bought a bigger house, and nobody lives here anymore. So you have a 4-bedroom house with nothing but games and you. Well, there you go. One more machine. South Florida. Wow. Yeah, I'm still I'm a few hours east of Seattle now, so I'm not in the crazy expensive area, but $263 with 6 acres. What you paid in 08. Nice. two more P3. I need something. I messaged the guy on a second P3. There was one for sale. I'd say outside of Boise area. It was about a 6.5 hour drive for me, but there was a guy selling one for a really good price that had issues, but I could have fixed that. That wouldn't have been a problem. But it would have been nice to have a second P3 because I want to build a P3 module too. I don't know when I'm going to build all this stuff. I don't work, but done with that nonsense. But I have way more projects than I have time or motivation. Most of your collection is in wood rails. Wow. I have not yet owned a wood rail. Sold everything else and bought some new ones. That's pretty cool. I try to play the wood rails and early stuff when I go to pinball shows and whatnot, just to try out different stuff. There's no lower playfield. Oh, are you reading my shirt? Lower playfield is the pinball player formerly known as Mutterfutter that streams tournaments and such from his arcade, which he calls the lower playfield because it's in his basement. I've decided I'm collecting pinball t-shirts because it's way less expensive than pinball machines. No. I think he's still mutter futter some places, but he changed his Twitch stream handle to lower playfield. I don't know if it's the lower playfield or lower playfield. Not gotten a P3 because of your bank account not holding its value? Yeah, mine doesn't either. There's definitely an investment, but I like that, they came out with Princess Bride, which is, if I had to name a dream theme, that may have been one of them. Just classic 80s awesome movie, the nostalgia, all that good stuff. And it's a great movie, and it still works. It didn't do anything that's cringy. But they came out with that, and it was, $3,500 to get a brand new machine, new game. It is multimorphic, which is the P3, which I own. So it was $3,500 to get a brand new machine, or at least a brand new third of a machine module. Yeah, it would the initial getting the machine. I mean, you're up to probably Stern somewhere between premium and LE price. I think to get the cabinets like $8,300, and I think the cheapest module is like $1,700, but you would probably want to get one of the other ones around $3,000, $3,500. Multimorphic got that name from P3. Pinball something evolved. Three Stooges with helping hands. You got 3 buttons on each side of the cabinet. You prefer old ones? Well, fortunately, Shell Schlock, there's a module called Drained. If you haven't seen it, it's actually a third-party. Nick Baldridge, who's the bingo guy, if you're familiar with Bingo Podcast. The multimorphic name from the 80s? I don't know. I haven't, I've talked to Jerry. I don't know where he got the name from. Yeah, once you have at least 3, it becomes cheaper. So I'm up to 6 modules now, which is a lot. So I had to build a cabinet to store them in. Hey, what's his toes? How you doing today, by the way? So yeah, so you're between 8,300 to get the machine and 3,500 to get one of the newer, more desirable modules, plus shipping, whatever. You're like 12 grand into getting the machine initially. Of course, I bought it, and I bought 4 modules initially, so that was a huge chunk of change. Valley had a 7-bank drop target in games like Medusa, where every drop was controlled. He called it multimorphic drop bank. Really? I don't think I've ever heard that before. Interesting. So were theirs set up? Did they have individual raise and individual drops, or did they have one raised all of them and then knocked down specific ones, or the other way around? How did theirs work? I've not had a Medusa. I think I've played Medusa once or twice. I've got a couple Bally's. What do I have? One raise, individual drops. Does Fathom do that? Or does Fathom not? I don't know if Fathom on multiplayer, if it remembers that, or if it just does not. I don't know. Panthera has all controlled drops. Bad Girls has controlled drops. As somebody was talking about Bad Girls, which is in the other room. It has controlled drop. It's that 7-bank on there is controlled. One raise and individual knockdowns. It may, but does not have a 7. Yeah, it's got a 6. 3 green, 3 blue. Something like that. Bad Girls is a 7. My homebrew, my Star Wars that I'm building, has a 5-bank. It's actually a Gottlieb bank from Shack Attack that has 1 raise and then 5 individual. I like how Gottlieb did theirs. They got this little tiny pancake coil that sits in on top of the drop target bank, and it's just got this little flap on it that it pulls down and the front kicks out just enough to knock the target off the ledge. It's really a neat way of doing it. It's very impressive. But I didn't know that was called multimorphic. Physical pinball platform. It's something like that shelf block. I know I've heard Jerry say what the P3 actually is. And it is something like that. I've met Jerry Stellenberg, owner, founder of Multimorphic. Met him at a couple of different shows. Most recently last spring at Midwest Gaming Classic. Spent a lot of time talking to them. That's where they were showing off Princess Bride. Does anybody own a Gottlieb Panthera? C&K has one, doesn't he? Is that part of your collection? Proud, pretentious prophet. How long does it take to swap a module? I've only timed myself doing it once. And from standing at the machine, turning the machine off, taking the lock bar off, or taking the glass out, pulling the playfield out, taking the module out, putting it in its box, which I was just had everything in boxes then, moving all of the balls from the launch lane into the trough that you have to do when you change modules. Take the other module out of the box, put it in, plug it in, hook everything up, put the glass back on, get the machine started up. By the time it was back at the launcher, it took 3 minutes. 3. And I know people have done it faster. So it does not take long at all. You would think I'd do it more. A couple of the modules are 40 pounds. And you have to lift them up to about like this and put it over and into the machine. Oops, I hit my streaming rig. But yeah, 3 minutes. It's fast. It doesn't take long at all. Still work. It is a little bit of work. But I can tell you, when Princess Bride showed up at the door, it was a box. And I just picked up the box, carried it into the house. I didn't have to get a hand truck or a lift cart or anything like that. I just picked up the box and brought it in the house. And it's definitely a neat system. And when you start getting a whole bunch of modules, you can fit them under pinball machines in their boxes, but they don't fit between the front legs of a standard cabinet. They fit between a wide body front legs, so you have to put them in from the side. Glad to know the P3 driver system due to American Pinball's use of them. Seems sturdy. Yeah, I have not had no problem with any of the P3 boards in my systems. Other things had it. There was one, I had one assembly issue on one of my games where they had screwed and crushed one of the optos or something like that. I don't remember what the deal was, but for the most part, yeah. Put it between Panthera and Black Hole. Well, you need space around it. You have to get it to at least one side of the machine to be able to swap modules, because you actually do it, toward the back end of the playfield. So you need at least one side. Mine is set up, it's upstairs. I can get to both sides of my machine, so I could actually swap on either side, although I'm right-handed, so the way it works, it's easier. Most of your weight is in the back part, so I usually do it from the right side because that works better for me. But yeah, so fortunately I had a spot upstairs that I could really only fit one pinball machine, and it allowed for room on the one side and then the walkway on the other side, and then there's a row of machines off to that side as well. But it made it nice to be able to fit everything in. We still haven't had a match today, but I do see my match numbers are moving, so I'm going to assume that the match stuff is working right. We'll eventually get a match. Maybe. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But I definitely like to play 2 players, so all of my EM reels and everything works. The player unit moves through all the different places and all that stuff. What does the cabinet look like, P3? For the most part, it looks just like any other cabinet. Because of the modularity, I think the playfields are actually a hair longer. The cabinet art, the art on the machine is actually all magnetic. At least the sides, the cabinet sides and the back box sides are magnetic. So it's actually got a metal panel, and then you get big magnetic art. So you can swap your art for all your different games. The front piece is not a magnetic graphic, so you'd have to screw that on and off. But the sides and whatever, so they have art packages for all the games they've made. So I don't know many people that swap the whole cabinet art. I only have one set of cabinet art on mine. I have Final Resistance, which was Scott Denise's game he designed for it, is what's on mine. The apron art with the instruction cards magnetic, you can swap that out. The slingshot artwork is now magnetic as well, so I have slingshot art for all of the different that doesn't work here, Marty. Different modules. I have slingshot art, so I can swap that and the aprons whenever I swap a module to play different games. How's it going, Game Club Central? Am I gonna have to add that to my stream? Could you send me all the files for that, Marty, so I can add that to my stream? Keep people entertained while they have to suffer through my pinball playing. Where did you get that in? Is there like a site of a whole bunch of different games? Like, I've seen other people have different type games. Or is that something you didn't create that, did you? All right, made it up top. 3,000 points for getting that lit saucer up top. Uh-oh. Oh, that bounced. Same place you do your shout-outs from? Twitch Guru? Where you got that? Cool. Have some very nice stream tools. I assume a lot of these things are paid for add-ons and stuff. Game Club Central is also a Twitch streamer. You can watch Marty there. $5 a month for that tool. Ouch. Yeah, see, I'm probably not into the spending a monthly fee. If I had to buy it once, I might do it. But if you got to spend $5 a month, then that might do it. That's not going to work for me. Well, if I could spend $5 1 month and then download that and have that running, but if it's all web-based and channel funds for that and a few other stream items. Yeah, I think your channel does a lot more. You stream a lot more in a more profitable time frame than when I do. I'm early afternoon. I get people in. I have a few subscribers. I had Ronald resubscribe today. It's only $600 for a decade of fun. But what could I do with that $600? The $600 will buy me a lot of wood, CNK, and I could build P3 cabinets with it. Because if I wanted to build P3 cabinets, I could make money selling P3 cabinets, but I have no desire to do that. It's not like I'm not money, but not in it for the money. Yeah, I'm definitely not in it for the money. Just want to provide a fun place to hang out. Well, you definitely have some entertaining streams. I enjoy watching your streams. I mostly just lurk, but I do like to play your little bump and jump game every once in a while. You had orders for me, C&K. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. It was enough work making the set I did for mine. I got space for 2 more modules, so when I run out of space, then I'll have to make another one, I guess. Can't imagine Pinball makes money from any other than Stern. I don't know. I'm gonna run out on a limb and say that Spooky makes money. They've been in business long enough, and they have their model and they have their process and stuff. I would hope it's making money, because if they're losing money, they're in trouble. I would think Multimorphic makes money. They have an interesting model with the P3 and modules, and everybody that buys a P3. Like, I didn't buy my P3 till early 24, but I can buy every module they've ever made. Anything they've ever made, I can buy. So they have, everyone that buys a new cabinet is a customer for modules they made 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. We basically said they need to make over 500 each games, then they make money. There you go. They at least have to be breaking even. Well, and some of that too is it depends on how do you define making money. As if you pay yourselves all salaries and everybody's living and making a living off of it, and the company itself ends up at break even, then that's cool. Two caps and a little wire upgrade for JJP. $95. Yeah. There's some crazy stuff. I don't get the $300 flipper fans that PinMonk sells. I mean, it's like you're literally a couple of sub $10 fans and some wiring and a fancy bracket. It's like, I don't know. I don't understand. And they make enough sales out of people that don't know any better, or people that can't do anything themselves. They can just maybe plug something in. I mean, I guess there's a value in making and selling something that is really easy, but some people may not want to take the time to make real easy. There's enough money to pay yourself after everything else is paid, then you have a successful business. There you go, what's his toes. You get the fans. They don't get that people pay that much for fancy packaging. Yeah, the parts are cheap as dirt. I mean, he even sells like so Multimorphic and Spooky and I think Stearns, like the power supply fan. He sells a kit to swap that. And that one, at least, he has semi-reasonably priced. But it's like when I bought my TNA, it had that noisy-ass fan in the power supply in it. And I bought 2 fans for less than $10 off of Amazon, which I could have got them cheaper on eBay, and spent a little time and swapped it myself. I had to do a little bit of wire splicing, but it's like, that's not a big deal. But fortunately, those he only sells for 20 or 25 bucks. So that's not huge. It's not like the flipper fan cooler kits things. Come with chrome brackets or some kind of shit. It's like, what the hell? There's people that buy them. And pin stadium lights. Ooh-wee. Don't get me started on those. If I keep talking, I'm going to sound like a Buffalo Pinball podcast. Just a lot of stuff you go, what? Most people don't want to do any effort, and it's just easier to buy something that's called pin something, and they'll know it fit their, yeah. On an old service bulletin for adding one diode on T3, one site sold the OG wiring upgrade from Stern. It's literally one diode and the connection wire. They want $20. Pin steps, there you go. Pin everything. Uh-oh. Can't believe that didn't tilt. Normally that much of a nudge it would have tilted. Ah, boo. And what's the pin shields? The yoga mat with the emblem emblazed in it. It's like, you know, I just use a microfiber cloth and wipe the dust off my pinball machines when they get dusty. I don't. Then they show their game room collections, and it's a whole row of machines that can't even see the machine because it's got yoga mats on all of them. I'm probably alienating people by making light of things that make no sense to me. As you say, everybody's different. One more! Oh, I missed it! Oh no! Literally a 3D printed plastic box. Yeah, I've seen that. I saw somebody do a review of the Pin Snake, and that they said it actually works really well. Got a canvas cover from Game Room guys. Whew. Those guys talk about charging a lot more than what something's worth. I've seen some of their stuff. Or I've seen some ads for some of their stuff. I don't know if there's just some people that can't find other places. Buy things from. You use a plastic thing meant for CNC machines instead of an overpriced snake. Interesting. I don't know what, I have a CNC. Well, I got a home CNC router for cutting wood, for doing play fields and things. Hey, I got a replay. I made it over 57,000 points. I got my second replay. Oh, okay. Gotcha. If I actually have some of those.
Give me liberty or give me pizza pie.
Where some of these kind of flexy things? These are actually, I use this one for soldering stuff, holding things. But yeah, that would probably work for a pin snake too. But the pin snake has Velcro on it, so it holds your microfiber cloth. Hey, look, I got an extra piece not attached to anything. It's a pin snake. You can clamp anything you want with those little clips. Exactly. I actually need to put one of these out by the CNC router if I'm going to ever do aluminum. And then you blow air to blow the chips out from under the... Put an elephant sticker on it. It's a pin trunk. Did we get a match? I think I heard it match. I got 4 credits now. It's set for free play. I don't have to have any credits. It'll keep playing after it goes to 0. But why is my credit window so low? Wonder if my new back glass is off. I can see it. You probably can't tell from there because it's way too far away, or it's too dark. It's also dark over there. You don't need a pin snake, just awkward thrusting the pinball machine. True. It is a little awkward. We'll go ahead and play one more game. Hour and a half's a good amount of time to play an EM. Chat on stream. Visit with all the usual suspects. Started another 2-player game. Got my creepy Pez clown up there keeping me company. I didn't nudge hard enough. That one didn't make it over. Go! Find a storage container that will fit inside the machine and sell pin trunk for $75. There you go. You can push the extra action button without using your hands. You have extra skill. Or extra belly. Pez is creepy. That particular Pez? The creepy clown guy? Put him right up here. He is a little creepy, isn't he? But he goes good with the back glass. You have a pinball game where the action button's by the flipper? Awesome. At least 4 different body parts for the action button. Clown reminds you of it. Exactly. I actually got that clown because of this pinball machine. I do like Pez as well. Obviously not as much as Pez Johnson likes Pez. I don't name my stream Pez. Pez Borg Dog. I got several. I have a Spider-Man one that I used to put on my Spider-Man. I sold my Spider-Man, my Amazing Spider-Man, Gottlieb Spider-Man. I have a Hulk that goes on Hulk. What's blue and not very heavy? Light blue? There you go. Is it less filling as well? Or is that just the old Miller Lite commercials? Timed that poorly. Didn't quite knock it off. The target is like hanging on by a thread. Now I got it. See if we can clear the rack again. There it is. Got the special that time. Extra ball is definitely better than special. Now I need to get the ball back up top to relight my 10x bonus value. Come on. Can't get the ball. And I missed. Can we clear it again? Can we do it twice on the same ball? We can. Whether we will or not, it's another matter. Uh-oh. Thought maybe I had it. Oh, there's one. Still alive. We did it. Twice in the same ball. Got extra ball this time. Nice. Unfortunately, I didn't ever get up top to relight my 10x bonus. So my bonus was only worth 1,000 each that time. Boom! But I did get extra balls, so that's good. Nothing more for getting the drops in order. That would have been a solid state thing. You think those upper side rollovers would never get any action? Yeah, it's amazing how often the ball goes in there. I have two people interested in Hulk, and they just don't seem to be wanting to come through with the deal. It's like I had a deal with one guy, and he just kind of disappeared. Something, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'll hang on to it for a while. It's not a big deal. I had somebody message me the other day interested in buying my TNA, which I'm kind of torn about. I really like TNA, and it was my first new in box. But on the flip side, I don't play it a ton. It's taking up space, and it's worth money, and I could use that money for other things. So who knows? I was in church last Sunday, and during service started to feel a little woozy. Must be pretty common because I was hurrying out to throw up. I saw the box people use for it. It said for the sick on the front. There you go. Don't sell it. Don't sell TNA. I don't know. You need to be careful when somebody wants your TNA. Had it multiple times. You're still trying to sell Legends of Valhalla, I assume. Selling your first, you'll end up regretting it later. Yeah, maybe. It's my first new in box. I still own the first pinball machine I ever bought, which I only bought, 9 years ago now? Was when I bought my first pinball machine was Joker Poker. I still have that. It's down. It's 3 machines that way. I'll actually be streaming that later this week. I don't know. I mean, it's sign out your. I think you're a little far for delivery from Cascade. You regret selling everything? Yeah. You can't keep them all, though. I don't know how many pins I've sold. I could look. I have a spreadsheet where I track all that stuff, but I've probably sold 13 or 14, maybe 15. I don't know, something like that. Just getting off work so you're not getting paid to watch you play pinball anymore? Well, that's too bad, Dent. Does that mean you're leaving since you're not getting paid to do it anymore? Ooh, ice cold beer went for 100 and your Pong for 50? Ouch. That was 2005 though then. You'll watch me for free? Well, that's good. Thanks, Dad. Oh, see, that's what extra balls do. So I didn't even get a chance to flip the extra ball. There's a couple of my pins I regret selling that when we moved out of the Seattle area, I think I sold 5 machines. I think I only had 9 at the time. But there's a couple of them that I'd probably still like to have. I wish I still had my firepower. Wish I still had my Gottlieb countdown. If you sell in an urban area, you can't have big collections. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's limited room and limited money. I think I max out at 20. I could probably fit 22, 25, something. You're bringing a carry-on the way home from Indisc? Probably not, sign out. But I just don't want that many. It's like I feel bad that I don't play them all the time. Which is kind of one of the reasons I like streaming is because I rotate through all the games when I stream. Otherwise, I would probably just play whatever is the favorite of the month. Oh, that was horrible. Yeah, but if you have 45 stacked in a bedroom, what's the point of having them if you can't even play them? Setup, you have about 15. So do you rotate them or change them out sometime? Long story, that wasn't the plan. I can believe it. You don't want to keep any more than 2 at a time? Keep them for at least 2 years? If I could get down to 10, I think I'd probably be happy with it. They'll see the light of day soon. Nice. I think I just have a few too many. And I got 4 products. So my Sinbad I've had for 5 years. And I got it as a many boxes of parts. And I still don't have it put together. I want to finish it. And I have a Meteor populated playfield that I'm going to build a cabinet for. And I like building things, so I'm going to enjoy doing that. Sinbad is pretty great. I need to finish I need to finish that project, but I keep doing other things. So I got to make Meteor. I got a Sea Witch populated playfield. I want to build that because I like Sea Witch. Sea Witch is fun as well. Sea Witch and Meteor, both fun. You want all your games to be set up, you have 2 Tombstone because they need bigger repairs. Yeah. So I need room for the projects. And I'm building at least 2 homebrew-ish games. I'm building my Star Wars. See why I like Beatles now? Yeah, definitely. Beatles is definitely an improved Sea Witch, but I'm going to be happy with Sea Witch. That's why you cut your collection off at 50. Because you could set them all up once. There you go. You really don't like Sinbad? You just keep losing the ball between the flippers. Your 10-year-old loves it? And I don't know how long I'll keep Sinbad after I get it together. We'll see. Galloping Ghost is 1,021. In 1 week, that's 52 a year by the count. That's a lot of machines, but that's a public place open something. I did it again. It does that every once in a while if I nudge. I'm not sure what switch. I would think it would have to be one of the pop bumpers, but they don't fire. But it will switch the. It'll switch those guys in the middle. I nudge it to go to the other size. Yeah. I think there's one near me that they still want 16,000. They're talking about how much veloc they're taking and all that on it and stuff. But yeah. Got a match. Matched again, so that works. Even love a Bond premium. I haven't played Bond since they've got the code more fleshed out. Pinball in general is more popular in colder climates, maybe. Yeah, pinball is definitely very popular in Portland area, Seattle area, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm a few hours east of there. It's fairly popular where I'm at. It's definitely nice having it. I like having my own collection and playing my machines at home. So the machines I know how to play are the ones I own. We have a local arcade that I go to, has about 40 of them, so it's pretty good. Bond is very old school, risk reward with the Bond women bonus. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those things, even the arcade I go to, which is a free play one, so it's like next level outside of Portland. And so you pay $16 to get in the door and you play all you want. So they got about 40 machines, so that's good. And they got a few of the newer Sterns. They had Godzilla there. They had a Ghostbusters there. What other new Sterns did they have? I don't remember. But I go there and play, but I can only do that for so long. I can't deal with crowds and a lot of noise. So I go to pinball shows, but I have to take frequent breaks and things like that. So you think D&D has potential to be high? I love the theme, and I kind of like the artwork, the playfield artwork better than what they've been putting out lately and stuff like that. We'll have to see how it plays and how it shoots. Have one at the place, Bond, yeah. Metallica Launch Party and Bond Premium, Wick Premium. Don't understand enough to enjoy. Yeah, that's the thing. If you go somewhere and you gotta pay $1 a game to learn how to play it. I can learn some by watching other people play, but it's just you gotta play it to really understand what to do and how to do it and things like that. And I don't go out enough to do that. So I know how to play the games I own. But that's about it. So yeah, definitely pay one price, but then you're limited. I wish that's the way Next Level Pinball Museum is outside of Portland. Only they have like 400 pinball machines. I've been there once. I bought my Cactus Canyon from them and I drove over there. It's about a 5-hour drive to get there for me. And I drove over there and we spent an afternoon playing pinball and then drove back with my Cactus Canyon. But that was awesome. That's a great place. If I lived closer, I'd be there a lot. Dimple Gate or Chip Gate. Yeah, some gate. Dragon Gate. Dragon loses a tooth, breaks a tooth or something. Played a tournament would be classic. Yeah, definitely. And those are the streams I like watching too. If I watch tournament streams, I'll watch the classics parts of them when I can get them, find them. Yep. Jordan's good, people. Jordan at Next Level, right? Jordan and his wife. I forget her name. She was there as well. It was cool. Definitely a neat place. I almost wish I lived closer. Maybe if I lived on the Oregon coast. I wouldn't mind living on the Oregon coast. That's a nice place. I don't want to be on the water. Somewhere with a view of the water, maybe. There's a higher flow of players on stream when it's classic. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't, some of these you get on and it's, I watched somebody start a game of Godzilla, and I went and I watched a few other streams of other things and went back, and the guy was still on the same ball when I went back. It was like a half hour later. He was still playing the same ball. One more game you hate to end losing. All right, one more game, CNK. Maybe I'll actually pay attention this time. We've been standing around talking long enough. You got to wait till it's done doing all its setup stuff and the ball's in the shooter lane before you add the second player. Otherwise, it doesn't do it. All right, I got the skill shot. I just got to knock down all the targets. You definitely, from the upper flippers, want to do cross. Like from here, I could hit that one, but that would have a tendency to go straight down the middle. So I'm going to aim for the two on the... I was going to try to aim, but that didn't work at all. Did it give me that one on the left? I didn't think I hit the left one down. Oh, I made it back up top, but I didn't get the... Get back up top. Oh, and again on the unlit side. Now do the skill drain. Hey, Osric, how you doing today? It is a nice looking pin. The playfield's got some planking and stuff like that, but it's not horrible. That was not a bad ball. And I got the extra ball, so I'm still playing. See if I can get it over to the other side. There we go. That upper right lane is definitely... Got to take a look at that. It does not always register. We'll have to open it up and little switch adjusting, maybe a little cleaning. Beneficial minor malfunction. Yeah, I didn't think I hit that far left one. Probably call a TD. It's too late, then. Too late. All right, player 2, you're up, CNK. You got a little bit of catching up to do. All right, you got the skill shot. Well, you just got to clear lots of targets. All right, there's 2. You probably want to clear them one at a time, though. Definitely didn't hit that left target. It was a freebie. That's okay. We can do that. We'll take it. All right, got a good bounce out of the middle lane. I didn't do very well for you there, CNK. Did a little defensive flipper there. That's my favorite thing, is when you get that little back and forth between the upper flippers. Went over the replay level. Oh, I missed it. So close. Tried to do a quick flip, even though I told you not to do that. Get some more. Missed it again. Got a replay and an extra ball. Made it over the next replay level. All right, relit my 10x bonus. That's always a good thing to do. Whew. Lots of flying around up there. Ah, got the next replay level. Heard that stormtroopers do their Christmas shopping at the store next to Target. Exactly. Got the clack clack. We need some super cool Aussie to fire up a stream. My water cup is empty. That must be time to end the stream. I ran out of water. Are you talking about Osric firing up a stream? See if I can do something with my extra ball. Oh, that's what I do with extra balls, evidently. Stormtroopers will always be on the toilet seat. New high, exactly. And that's only ball 2. Hopefully I can get a little more going. I'll see if I can get C and K make a little bit of a comeback here. Yeah, I always like to end on a high score. That's always a good thing to do. This game does not have a 100,000 rollover light. So if you go over 100,000, you just got to keep track of it. I think my high on this is only like 135, 140. Or something. If I get close, I'll have to look it up. You want to stream your new future spa, but it's in the cold garage? Uh-oh. Well, that's no good. I honestly don't know that I've ever played a future spa. Maybe in the future I'll get to play one. Oh! I thought I had it. I blew it. I blew it. C&K really needs to stay. He does need to step up his game. I gave him a chance there, though. Got the skill shot. Got a nice 3,000. You can just keep hitting the ball up top. You get 3,000 points for each one of those. That's a pretty good way to catch up. Oh, wasn't quite able. Pins play better in the cold? Although the plastic's probably, man, maybe. I don't play better in the cold, though. I'm in the basement, so I'm fairly temperate. It's winter outside, but it's not horrible in the basement. So on EMs, because the score motor can only do one thing at a time, if I knock down 2 targets at the same time, it only gives me score for one of them. But it does give me both a bonus time. 92,000, that's my highest replay level. So I've earned 5 replays on player 1. I was going to get a drink of water, but I remember my water cup was empty. That doesn't work. That would have been good back in the arcade in the day. They probably didn't have it set to give 5 replays. You can set it for however many you want. But since I like hearing the knocker, it's set for 5. There's another one. C&K made it over the first replay level. Oh no! Getting closer. Let's see if I can roll it. It's not a guaranteed. There's a lot of house balls that can happen on this game. Whew. I thought I was going to be... Fortunately, on ball 5, you don't have to hit the skill shot. It spots that for you. I have it in bonus, unless I tilt. So I'll try not to tilt. One more. I thought I totally blew it there. Oh, I did totally blow it. We did it. We rolled it. Setting the game to allow 5 replays would only be for gambling purposes or last resort for a failing game before trashing it. That could be. All right. This is your last chance, C&K. Got a ways to go. It can be done. Got another replay. Extra ball would be nice. And another replay. Oh! Hit it! Oh, come on, I missed it again. And it's still on shoot again. Inconceivable. Now it's on special. Uh-oh, uh-oh, no! Ah, I missed it like 3 times. A clip? I like how Twitch names those clips. Thanks for the clip, Marty. You beat a high game. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good last game. Nice suggestion, C&K. We'll go ahead and mark that down as my high score for the day at the end of the stream. 109,770. That's pretty good. Might have achieved expert level at missing one target. I'm really good at missing one target. When there's 10 of them to shoot at, I have a lot better luck hitting them. It's a long ways away. It's actually a long shot on an EM to try to fit that. Hey, Tyler Durden, 1888. It is a fun layout. It's a neat, it's a different kind of game. So you got 10 drop targets, you got 4 flippers and 2 pop bumpers down here that like to kill you. It's definitely a different game. It's a lot of fun though. I really enjoy it. Huge games. So yeah, I think we'll call it a stream now. We'll say we're going to end on that high score. So let's see if we can find somebody else to raid. Anybody playing pinball? I gotta put my glasses on to be able to see this. I got somebody's playing virtual pinball or not. Auto pinball. Some more virtual pinball. Looks like mostly virtual pinball. In fact, it's all virtual pinball. My following that's streaming prime time. Huh. It's all virtual. Everybody's playing virtual pinball. Looks like prime time, and they've had the same thing up for a long time. I don't know who this person is. They're playing something. We'll go ahead and send you over to whoever this is. Buffutash 0129. We'll go there. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Thanks for the chats. Always enjoyable. That's why I do this, is to socialize and be with you people. And we'll catch you again next time. Bye.